Action. Southland Adams going against Bird Island Lake Lillian. Two good teams that come in here, one of them undefeated, the other with just one loss, 23 wins between them this year. A good game we're looking for in two teams, I think, that have really geared themselves for getting to Prep Bowl 83 and now are gearing themselves up for state championship action, John.
That's certainly true, Larry. Southland Rebels come in for the first time, their first chance for a state title in any sport. Bird Island Lake Lillian has been a two-time state champion, 1970, 1980. They were runners-up in 1974 and again in 1976. So, great football game.
And I think a lot of people will remember Bird Island Lake Lillian from the Barry Wohler days when they won those back-to-back state championships in Class C. A similar kind of team, the same coaches around, and they are a team that likes to run the football. Both teams do. We're going to see a lot of running today.
Very, very much running. Both teams basically run-orientated. Southland likes to run a lot of power with two tight ends. Bird Island will vary their offensive sets a little bit more between the I formation and some wishbone and so on, but basically run-orientated teams.
So really the feeling we get is that the team that can shut down the other team's running game, force them to do something that they're not really used to doing or they would rather not do, is going to be the team that should have the advantage in a game like this. The guys have been out, they've bought their turf shoes, they're all geared up for playing on the same field where the Gopher football team plays and where, of course, the Vikings play. And we're going to be coming back and we'll take a look at this Class C game. Coming back with Prep Bowl 83 Class C championship action right after we take a timeout. Hits it.
We don't have an extra.
The man from Medford, the man who coached that Medford team. What'd you finish, 5-4 this year?
Yeah, I guess that's right. We didn't do quite as well as we thought, but we lost some tough ball games, but that's the way it goes.
We are going to get a chance to see the teams that have made it here in Class C. And we'll pick up the introduction of the players here for Class C championship action. Let's go down to the field.
Good afternoon, football fans. The Minnesota State High School League welcomes you to the 11th annual football championships and the 2nd annual Prep Bowl. The 2nd Prep Bowl game for the Class C championship be played between the Wasogea Conference champion with a 12-0 record, the Southland Rebels, and the 2-12 conference champions with an 11-1 record, the Bird Island Lake Lillian Panthers. Now will the Southland and Bird Island Lake Lillian teams, team captains and coaches, please move forward to the hash marks on the field. The visiting team, the champion from the Wasogea Conference, will be the Southland Rebels. Will the captains this time step forward and meet with the officials? The visiting team, captains, number 12, Scott Ratherin, number 80, Brad Tompkins, number 90, Niels Kosberg. The Lake Lillian captains, number 28, Brad Benson, number 43, Kurt Rodmeyer, number 52, Jim Schneider, number 71, Dan Wolf. Bird Island won the toss and will receive. The head coach for the Southland Rebels is Dick Strand. The head coach for the Bird Island Lake Lillian Panthers is Dennis Ammer. Referees for today's game, Ed Metner, Robin Teller, Bob Smelia, and Pete Milinovich. At this time, will the teams step forward for the pregame handshake? And now the Class C championship game.
Okay, you have seen Bird Island winning the toss, and they will receive. And it is going to be Southland Adams kicking off here in the state Class C championship game. That, of course, the Southland team on the far side. You are looking right now at Bird Island, Lake Lillian, a team that comes in here with an 11-1 record, and a team that really has done exceptionally well this year, running the football and going with a pretty well balanced offense. And there's Southland Adams coming out on the field now. They'll be wearing the white jerseys. It will be Bird Island, Lake Lillian in the dark jerseys, and they will be to the left. You're looking right now at Southland Adams, the team that will be kicking off. And we're just about ready to get going here, John, in Class C action. Had a big game in Class B. If you're just tuning in, Jordan won the B championship game earlier this morning. That won 27-0 over Breckenridge. So a big win for Jordan and their head coach, Jim Trapp. Back deep to receive for Bird Island Lake Lillian will be Todd Sheehan, number 33. He's in the middle of the field, and you see him right there. Just about ready to kick things off here, and it's a roller going into the middle of the field, and Sheehan picks it up at his 18, comes to the near sideline. He's going to be up to about the 27-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. So Sheehan on the return, an 8-yard kickoff return, and we are going to get to see our first offensive play of the day. And it's going to come from the team in the blue jerseys. That's Southland Adams. And here you see the way they'll stack up in the backfield. Hegna, the quarterback, number 19. He'll have Service, Benson, and Rodmeyer in that backfield with him. And watch for number 43, Kurt Rodmeyer. He is the workhorse for this Southland Adams team. Let's correct that. Let's put him in the wishbone, and we've got Bird Island Lake Lillian, and here comes Rodmeyer to the near side, up across the 30 to about the 34-yard line. Rodmeyer is senior, a fullback on this team, and he picks up big yardage. That line for Bird Island Lake Lillian, you see it, 77 Anderson, 51 Kramer. The center is Jim Schneider, number 52 Doomer at right guard, and Dan Wolf, a good one. Watch for Bird Island Lake Lillian. If they get into short yardage, much as they are now on 2nd and 3, they will go across that right side when they get a chance. This time they go left, and it's Rodmeyer again, close to first down yardage across the 35 and up to about the 36. Scott Tompkins. And the defense, as you see, is stacking up for Southland and the Rebels. It's Lewison at the end, Smith, Hines, Schmitz, and Landher. And that secondary has Tompkins, Kosberg, Tompkins. They are twin brothers, Smith and Klein. All right, 3rd down and 1. The first 3rd down conversion we're looking for. Bird Island goes with the bone, and they come with Rodmeyer to the near side, and he is stopped for little or no gain. Neil Kosberg, number 90, and number 82, Scott Tompkins, making the stop on that play. So we will have a 4th down punting situation. Pretty good D up front, John.
Excellent defense. That's what Southland has been known for this year. They've only averaged giving up 7 points a game throughout the season in 12 ball games.
Well, back to punt, it's Dan Cole, and he gets a high kick up across midfield near the sideline where it is taken. Southland Adams will take over the football at about their own 43-yard line. A 21-yard punt and no return. But the first chance for Southland Adams to touch the football. And here's what they'll look like in that backfield. Scott Rederath, a good one at quarterback, number 12. Todd Linneman, he is their leading rusher along with Kenny Hamill. And the big guy is number 61, Neil Kosberg. Now, he is not going to be number 61 because he is now number 90. He used to be an all-state guard, second-team all-state guard for this team. They moved him to fullback in the last game of the regular season, and he has been knocking holes in the line like you cannot believe. He'll lead the approach on this one as Southland Adams takes the ball up across the 45 to about the 46-yard line, carrying the ball. Kenny Hamill, he had 183 rushes this year, John, for just under 900 yards and scored 19 touchdowns. And he's the guy they like to give the football. He and Todd Linneman in that backfield.
Right, they generally use Kosberg as a lead blocker, running basically out of the straight wishbone set with two tight ends. It gives them a lot of power between the tackles.
Matter of fact, Kosberg has only carried the ball 12 times since going to that fullback spot. He's in there to block, and that's what he's doing right now as Linneman goes around the right side across midfield and down to the 44-yard line of Bird Island Lake Lillian. And as we said in pregame, these are two teams that are going to run the football until you stop them. Brian Wolf made the stop on that one, number 62. And here's that defensive set for Bird Island Lake Lillian with Gass at the end, Wolf at the tackle, Schneider is the nose guard, Anderson and Bratch over on the right side. So it's 1st and 10, the ball at the 44-yard line of Bird Island Lake Lillian, and Southland Adams trying to put a move on. They run with the bone to the near side this time. Once again, they go with Hamill, and he squirts for some yardage down to about the 36-yard line. So it's been wishbone right and wishbone left. Let Mr. Kosberg lead the way through, and so far it's been pretty successful for Southland Adams. You see the defense. Hegna, when he's not at quarterback for Bird Island, is playing at a linebacker spot. Rodmeyer does the same. They both play both ways. Wolf at the linebacker spot. Squibb at a cornerback along with Todd Sheehan. Well, that was a gain of 8, so it's 2nd down and 2. The ball at the 36, and here they go. Wishbone right, Linneman, and he gets no yardage, maybe a half a yard up to about the 35-yard line before he is stopped on the play by a good tackle by Bird Island Lake Lillian. John Gass, number 82, getting up there to make that stop.
Very well played that time by Bird Island Lake Lillian, as it was the same power play that Southland has used so effectively here in the early going, but Gass was right there to stop it.
Officially, it's called no gain, so it's 3rd down and 2. The ball at the 36-yard line of Bird Island Lake Lillian. Southland Adams going with the bone this time and splitting misdirection, and they go off the left side for a gain down to about the 32-yard line. Carrying on the play that time is number 22, Brian Landher. He will alternate with Ken Hamill at that halfback position. Gained 225 yards rushing this year, scored 4 touchdowns. And it's good enough for the 1st down, so the Rebels on the move here. Team, they're undefeated coming into this game, 12-0, a 19-game winning streak. And they set up in the bone once again. This time it's Hamill as he tries the left side. Inside the 30-yard line, call it a gain of about 2, maybe 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tackle made on the play by Kurt Rodmeyer, the linebacker on the inside there for Bird Island Lake Lillian.
Okay, John, you're the coach in the press box here, and you see Southland Adams continually running the wishbone left and running it right. What do you tell your team defensively to try to get things at least slowed down a little bit?
Well, I guess just get penetration is the main thing. I think we're going to see that right here. There it is.
And they do get some penetration. A nice little slide towards the end of the run there. And that gets some extra yardage for Todd Linneman. Linneman down to about the 29-yard line. And it's going to be 3rd down and 7. You look at Dennis Armour there giving some instructions. Maybe he's saying, good penetration out there. Just like John Gross said up in the press box. All right, 3rd and 7. Key situation here for Southland Adams if they want to keep this drive alive. The Rebels set up in the eye this time with the wingback. And the wingback is Linneman coming across and going to the far side. He is short of 1st down yardage, so we're going to have a 4th down situation for the Rebels. Scott Squibb, number 22, in on the tackle, and for the first time they break out of the bone. They go with the wingback, and they show us a little bit of razzle-dazzle.
Right, a little bit of misdirection there. Is first time they've shown that play this afternoon. Now we've got a timeout taken by the Southland Rebels.
6:54 left in the 1st quarter. Class C championship action, and we'll return to the Metrodome for more action here right after we take a timeout.
Fullbear Furniture has just finished 10 great years, and the balance sheets look profitable. So we've decided to share the profits with everyone. Fullbear Furniture is sharing the profits with the biggest price reductions in our 10-year history. Everything in stock is anniversary sale priced, and there's over $2,500 worth of free prizes. Come in and try your key. If yours opens the treasure chest, you could be an instant winner. Remember, sale ends this Sunday. It happens once and then it's over, so hurry to Fullbear Furniture in Clarks Grove.
Go Goodyear at Hanson Tire Service. No matter where you go or what you drive to get there, Hanson Tire Service has the Goodyear tire you need at super sale prices. Right now through December 10th, you can get the Goodyear Tempo for just $37 for size P 155 80R13 white wall plus $1.51 federal excise tax. Sale ends December 10th, so save now on the Goodyear Tempo. The only way to go is to go Goodyear at Hanson Tire Service in Leroy and Albert Lee.
6:54 remaining in a 4th down and 5 situation for the Southland Adams Rebels. They have the ball at the 27-yard line of Bird Island Lake Lillian. Redderith fakes the handoff in the backfield, looks to pass, and it is incomplete. So the ball will turn over to Bird Island Lake Lillian. Now, that's the first time we've seen either team pass in this game, and it's not something we're likely to see a whole lot of, John.
No, that's right. These teams, as we said earlier, basically are ground-orientated football teams, but Southland can throw the ball if they have to.
Now let's see what Bird Island Lake Lillian is going to do. This is a team that brings Tim Hegna in at the quarterback spot. He's a good one. These are the Class C champs of 79 and 80, runners up in 74 and 76. Did not do a whole lot with the football the first time they had it. Now they take over at their own 27 with Hegna calling the signals. Split backfield with a flanker to the near side. And it's Hegna coming around right end up across the 30 to about the 32. Earlier today, it was Jordan winning the Class B championship 27-0 over Breckenridge. We are in Class C action now to be followed by 9-man, and then A and AA. We got a full day and evening of football coming up, and a good AA battle later on tonight. That game between Coon Rapids and Bloomington Jefferson ought to be a real smoker. Well, they give Hegna a gain of 5 yards, so it's 2nd down 5. Ball at the 32. Bird Island Lake Lillian spreads up in a wishbone. Spread them across in the T. And coming to the near side is 43. That's Kurt Rodmeyer. Once again, the man they like to give the football to whenever they can. And he's got a gain up to, let's see where they put it down, at the 34-yard line. We'll call it the 34. And that'll bring up 3rd down at about 3.
Fine tackle made on the play by Neil Kosberg, the left defensive end for Southland Adams Rebels.
Okay, 3rd and 3. Do you pass it? Do you run it? What do you do? Well, Hegna has thrown 90 passes so far this year, 42 completions. 7 interceptions, 7 touchdowns, so he has been effective when he has thrown the football. Pitch comes to the near side. This is Brad Benson. And Benson has 1st down yardage up to the 40-yard line. Benson's a good one, 5'11", 155 pounds, a senior. Tackle made on the play by Steve Hines for Southland Adams. So a 1st down and 10. They list the ball at the 40-yard line. And once again, Hegna brings Bird Island Lake Lillian up to the line. They set up in the I this time with a flanker out to the left. The movement on the line, they call the foul, and it looks as though it's going to be offside. It's possibly against Southland Adams. We'll wait and see.
That's what it is.
That's what you call it. By the way, if you've been noticing the yellow lines out on the field, your TV set is not getting mixed up here. That is the way the field is. Let's go down for the call first.
Encroachment, defense.
Those yellow lines, as we were saying, the markings for 9-man football, that's coming up right after this Class C championship game. 1st and 5 on the penalty. The give in the backfield goes to Benson. He gets a pretty good move across the 45 and up to about the 46-yard line before he's pushed back by number 82, Scott Tompkins. Also in on the tackle, number 10, Tom Smith, coming from the safety position.
Here you see the replay coming up. It's just the straight-ahead power play. The back really driving in there hard for Bird Island, but excellent defensive play by the right side of the Adams defense, Southland Adams defense.
So it's 2nd down and 4. The ball at the 46. Quick pitch goes out to the left side to Kurt Service, and he gets nothing and loses about a yard on that one. Good defense once again on that right side for Southland Adams. Jeff Lewison, number 20, in to make the stop and getting some help from his teammates as well. You see 35 Service coming off. A left halfback who's trying to figure out what happened on that pitch. 3rd down, 5 yards to go. They go from the stack backfield and they put Benson out to the right side in a wingback position. Hegna wants to pass, gets it out to Benson, and Benson near 1st down yardage fumbles the ball across midfield. Let's see who's got it. Well, Brad Benson was very close to first down yardage, but he did not get it. He lost the football. It turns over to Southland Adams. So, with no score here in the first quarter, 3:52 left, we'll leave you here. Class C championship football coming back to the Metrodome after a timeout.
I put a lot of money in the ground at planting time, so I make sure the seed I plant has the ideal growing environment. My International Early Riser planter, I'm confident that my crop will come up faster. Independent tests prove it. So no matter whether I'm planting conventional, minimum, or no-till fields, I won't trust my seed to any other planter. Why should you?
See International Harvester at Osmondson Brothers Implement in Adams.
Hello, I'm Mike Enfield from the Harmel Employees Credit Union in Austin, where we offer a full range of financial services. You can trust our policies and services to be exclusively concerned with furthering the economic interests of you and your family. Our new logo has been especially designed to portray our dedication to helping you and those important to you, the Harmel Employees Credit Union, encircling you and your family with financial service you can trust.
The nose guard, and as quick as you can say Jack Robinson, they turned things around here. So Bird Island, Lake Lillian will have the football in Southland territory.
Here's the replay coming up now. As you see, Rederath set up, and the ball hits one of the on-charging linemen for Bird Island, and it's picked off by Schneider, and now we've got a turnaround for Bird Island.
All right, here's Bird Island coming up with Hegna at the quarterback spot. They've got Rodmeyer at the fullback and Benson at the tailback. The give goes to Benson, and he pushes his way, maybe for 1.5 yards. Let's call it second down, long 8 yards to go. Steve Hines, the nose guard for Southland Adams, in on the tackle.
As we said in the pregame show, this Southland Rebel Adams team has really had an outstanding defense this year. They've only had 1 touchdown scored on them in the third quarter, just to give you an idea of the kind of defense that they have played, and they've only averaged giving up 7 points a ball game.
They slow you down when you run, and when you put it up in the air, they have intercepted 31 passes, so it's a very potent defense. Benson now at a wingback spot on the right side. Hegna wants to pass on second down, has some time, but runs out of it. Sack made on the play by number 20, Jeff Lewison. So Lewison having a busy afternoon here. We're still in the first quarter, 2:23 remaining in this Class C championship game. No score. Bird Island Lake Lillian has the football. They have just been thrown for a big loss. You see the replay, John.
Here's Hegna looking over the field, and you'll see he gets tremendous pressure from the right side of the Rebel line, and he goes down for the sack.
So that makes it 3rd and 22. They shift to the shotgun. Hegna gets some extra time from that shotgun. Looks to pass. This one's intended for Bratch, and he's got it. Close to a first down. Kent Bratch, number 84, had 2 TD receptions in the semifinal game just a week ago. When they throw the football, he's the man they like to throw to.
That time they lined up in the shotgun set. Here we see it on the replay as Hegna, with a lot of time to throw, finds Brash just doing a square out into the left flat. Great catch.
As we said, very close to first down yardage, but not close enough. It is going to bring up a 4th down at about 1 yard. The ball resting at the 36-yard line of the Southland Adams Rebels. And here comes Bird Island Lake Lillian. They set up in the string eye, break out of it at a split backfield with a flanker out to the left side. Pitch in the backfield. This one goes to Rodmeyer. He's got the first down inside the 35. Kurt Rodmeyer moves that 155 pounds just far enough to get the first down.
Once again, the tackle made for the Southland team by Neil Kosberg, the left defensive end.
Bird Island, a team with an 11-1 record, 1st and 10 coming up for them. Their only loss was in overtime, 19-18 to Arlington Green Isles. That was in the 2nd game of the season. Since then, they have won 10 straight. They're on a roll right now. 1st and 10, ball at the 34 of the Rebels. And the Panthers go with Rodmeyer over the left side, and he picks up a yard, maybe just a little more.
Rodmeyer was the leading rusher for Bird Island Lake Lillian. He's carried 222 times for 1,033 yards rushing and 11 touchdowns.
It's been an interesting turnaround year for Bird Island Lake Lillian. Last year they were 1-8. This year they come into this game 11-1. A lot of injuries hurt them last year. The coach was telling me they lost their starting guard on the first play of the first game last year, lost their starting end in the third game when he ran into a goal post. Things were not going well. They're going better here. Second down, 9 yards to go. Pass is up, and it is broken up. In to break up the play, number 10, Tom Smith, coming from the safety spot. It was intended for number 88, Dennis Ryan.
Fine coverage on the play by Tom Smith for the Southland Rebels.
They do play some defense. As we said, 31 pass interceptions. The leading interceptor back there is number 40, Todd Linneman. He's picked off 12. He's an all-stater back in that defensive secondary. Now let's see what the Bird Island Lake Lillian Panthers do right here. A lot of names, aren't there? They go with a reverse in the backfield. It's Benson, and he goes around the left side inside the 30-yard line, and he's going to be short of the first down. Brad Tompkins, number 80, one of the Tompkin twins in that linebacking core, and they play awfully well. He made the tackle on that play.
That was a little bit of a misdirection play as we end the first quarter.
And that's the end of the first quarter here. Still no score, but Bird Island Lake Lillian on the move, and we'll return for more action in Class C at the Metrodome after we take this break.
Go directly to Raymond Lumber in Austin for all your home improvement needs, from supplies for small repairs to major remodeling, plus free estimates, all at Raymond's Lumber in Austin. St. Olaf Hospital's emergency department personnel and medical staff treat many patients who have suffered orthopedic injuries. Injuries range from simple sprains to complicated fractures. After the trauma treatment, many times a rehabilitation program is begun through the hospital's physical therapy department program. Here, trained professionals and a well-equipped department assist the patient in resuming activities of daily living. The treatment of orthopedic problems is an important service provided by the St. Olaf Hospital personnel and medical staff. The international symbol of deafness helps identify buildings and facilities that are accessible to hearing-impaired people. The facility knows how to contact sign language interpreters and where to get telecommunication devices for phone usage. When you see this symbol, ask about services. This message brought to you by the Regional Service Center for Hearing-Impaired People and KAAL Television.
Yeah, Southland Adams Rebels team, as each team has committed one turnover, both pass interceptions. Or I get one interception, the other was a fumbled pass.
Turnovers could definitely be a key in games like this, too. When you get two teams that are very closely matched and are playing for high stakes like this, you don't want to make any mistakes. 4th and 5. You're going to see Hegna at this point in the shotgun, and let's see what he does. He's going long, once again, looking for Ryan. He's got him in the end zone, but it's incomplete. Intended for number 88, Dennis Ryan, broken up by Todd Linneman. We told you he's the man back there when it comes to breaking passes up and making interceptions. And it was Linneman. You see him getting hands right there from Scott Tompkins. Good defensive play on 4th down. So once again, a 4th down non-conversion turns into the football for Southland Adams. Here's the replay.
Here's the replay. You see Hegna looking over the field. He's got a lot of time. His offensive line gives him the time, and he lays it up there, and Ryan goes up for the ball, but great batted. Just an arm in there by Linneman. As we said, he's got 12 interceptions this year for the Southland Adams Rebels.
Second quarter action now. The Rebels have the football. Still no score. 11:54 remaining in the first half of this Class C championship game. There's Cosberg. He doesn't carry the ball much, but when he does, he gets some yardage. That time across the 30 up to about the 32. The tackle made by number 52, Jim Schneider.
Cosberg is a converted lineman. He was second string All-State at an offensive guard position, and then the last game of the regular season, Coach Dick Strand moved Cosberg into the fullback position.
And he does some blocking. That time you saw him carrying the football. This is a team that comes up on the wishbone. They run a power offense, like to run the inside game, and you won't see him going outside too often. You see Cosberg in motion. The misdirection goes to Linneman, and he gets nowhere. Nice stop on the play by Bratch, number 84. Kent Bratch in on the tackle. Eddie Cairo working the sidelines for us. Let's go down to the sidelines and see what he's got.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Just a little update from the Southland Adams coaching staff. They like the idea that Bird Island is throwing the ball. They didn't expect them to do it much, But with their statistical proclivity for interceptions, they like it a lot. They hope they throw some more. Back up to you.
I'm not sure what the statistical proclivity is, but I certainly wouldn't want to have one, I don't think. 3rd down and 11. Back to pass is Rederath. He finds his man. That's number 80, Brad Tompkins. And the gain up near first down territory, just at about the 38-yard line. Todd Sheehan, number 33, on the tackle on that play. So both teams throwing the football.
Here it is on the replay. Rederath making a good fake into the line to Hamill. Then he sets up, and it's a nice square-out pattern here by Tompkins. And a good tackle on the play made by Todd Sheehan.
So it is short of a first down, though. So it's going to be 4th and 1. The ball at the 38-yard line. The Southland Adams Rebels trying to get something going here. Still no score. We're in the first half of this Class C championship game. And on 4th and 1, Linneman back to punt. The man who's going after it is Brad Benson. Look out. Now that's something they're not used to when it bounces like that on the turf, and this could be a big play for Southland Adams. Down there to jump on the football is Tom Smith, number 10. So Bird Island, Lake Lillian is going to be starting on offense here at their own 1-yard line. And that, as we said, the difference between playing on natural turf and playing on the artificial stuff. John, look at it.
Here's the replay coming up now, and you'll see that the ball hits on the turf and just gets away from the receiver, and it's going to roll dead on about the 1-yard line. You see it just take a high bounce, and great coverage on the play by Southland, and they down it.
A 57-yard punt, no return,
Great.
and it puts Bird Island, Lake Lillian right up against their own doorstep. Hegna, the quarterback, and they're going to give it to Rodmeyer. Try an easy one around the left side, and they get some yardage, so they've got some breathing room. Brett Burgundy, number 88, in to make the stop for Southland Adams.
Bird Island likes to go to Rodmeyer. He, as we said, is their leading ball carrier, and they run a lot of power plays pretty much in between the tackles.
They run the wishbone from time to time. This time they split the bone, and they go with a wing back out on the right side. And again, it's Rodmeyer as he gets up across the 10-yard line. It's going to be short of the first down, and it'll bring up 3rd. Kurt Rodmeyer, 5'11", 155 pounds. These are not the statistics you get used to calling at the Metrodome when you see the Gophers and the Vikings and teams like that in here. But this is pretty much the size that you're going to be seeing throughout most of the afternoon and the evening as we bring you all 5 state championship games here in Prep Bowl 83. All right, 3rd down 2. This time split backs in the backfield. Flanker out wide to the right side. Handoff in the backfield goes to Benson. He's got the first down and more up to about the 15-yard line. Brad Tompkins, number 80, in to make the stop.
I think we mentioned it earlier, but Brad Tompkins and Scott Tompkins are identical twins. And Brad Tompkins is the number 1 student in his class. Scott Tompkins is number 3.
And I understand he's only number 3 by a couple hundredths of a percentage point. Used to be number 2, and now he's trying harder. All right, 1st down and 10. Here's Bird Island, Lake Lillian. We're in the 2nd quarter of this Class C championship game. Still no score. And Bird Island moving the football. This is Kurt Service going around the right side and getting into a stone wall. Neil Cosberg, we've talked about him in the backfield running or blocking, and he does a pretty good job from that linebacker spot tackling too, John.
You bet he does. He's a very fine football player, great mobility, and he's been on a lot of tackles so far this afternoon. Here's the replay coming up, and you'll see there Cosberg come in and make a fine tackle, limiting for a loss on the play.
Well, they're going to call it 2nd down and 10. And here comes Bird Island. Hegna's the quarterback, split backs, flanker out wide left side, and they go straight ahead with Service once again. And he gets short yardage. So it's going to be 3rd down, and it looks like about 7 yards. Steve Hines in on the tackle for Southland Adams on that defense. Well, the longest touchdown run so far this year for Bird Island Lake Lillian was 47 yards, and that came from number 43, Kurt Rodmeyer. They break out of the string eye, and they put Benson this time out wide to the right. High formation. Hegna fakes the pass, gives him the backfield to Service. He's seeing a lot of action here in the early going of this Class C championship game. Service takes it up to the 20-yard line, but it's going to be 4th down and a long 4, let's call it 5 yards. Lewison in on the tackle for Southland Adams.
Now the Bird Island Lake Lillian Panthers are going to have to punt the ball away, and Southland could come out of this with pretty good field position. In fact, excellent field position.
And back to do the punting, Dan Cole, number 12. Man back to receive it is Tom Smith, number 10. Also back along with him is number 22. And that's the man who's got the football, Brian Landher, and he is down. Nice tackle by Todd Sheehan. And it keeps Southland Adams from moving that football up near midfield.
Excellent tackle on the play.
Still no score here at the Metrodome. We've got Class C championship action, and we'll return with more right after this.
Go directly to Raymond Lumber in Austin for all your home improvement needs, from supplies for small repairs to major remodeling, plus free estimates, all at Raymond's Lumber in Austin. St. Olaf Hospital in Austin offers a 3-phase cardiac rehabilitation program. Cardiac rehabilitation is an educational and risk factor reduction program with supervised progressive physical activity. The program's goal is the reduction of further heart disease, improvement of the quality of life, and the return to an enjoyable, productive life as efficiently as possible. The comprehensive cardiac program is a valuable specialty service provided by St. Olaf Hospital in Austin. Go Goodyear at Hanson Tire Service. No matter where you go or what you drive to get there, Hanson Tire Service has got the Goodyear tire you need at super sale prices. Right now through December 10th, you can get the Goodyear F32S all-winter radio for just $47 for size P155 80R13 white wall, plus $1.73 federal excise tax. Sale ends December 10th, so save now on the Goodyear F32S all-winter radio. The only way to go is to go Goodyear at Hanson Tire Service in Leroy and Albert Lee.
It goes straight ahead this time. And number 30, Kenny Hamill, picks up yardage near midfield.
That time the Rebels put Kosberg in motion out of the wishbone formation to the left, then came back with Hamill to the right for a nice quick opening play.
Call it a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. The ball at midfield, just sort of teetering over towards the Bird Island, Lake Lillian side. So far, Linneman with 5 carries for 8 yards. Hamill has 4 for 24. And this time it's straight up again. And into Bird Island, Lake Lillian territory. 52 Schneider makes the tackle on the play.
Hamill once again with a power run right straight up the middle.
Of course, Southland, the Rebels on that big winning streak, as we told you. They came into the game 12-0. They've been playing exceptionally good football. You know, talking about Kenny Hamill, the book on him is he usually runs straight ahead. He usually follows Kosberg. And this is the man who used to be the fullback. Hamill used to play fullback. When they brought Kosberg in at fullback, then Hamill shifted. So they've changed some things around in that backfield. We've got a timeout here on the field. Still no score. We're in the second quarter of this Class C championship game. We'll be back at the Metrodome with more after this.
This could be a real defensive battle.
Well, it sure looks that way. It's going to be interesting. First half highlights. It's Prep Bowl 83, and we are back at the Metrodome Live. 3rd down and 3, Southland Adams, the Rebels with the football. Trying to gun for that first down here in the second quarter. The fake. And looking to go long. It's out there and incomplete. Intended for Linneman. Well, that time Rederath just cranked that one up and decided to go for the downs.
Rederath with a lot of time, and he had Hamill coming out of the backfield, streaking up the far side, but the ball just a little bit overthrown.
Well, if you're sitting at home saying, oh, brother, what a team this Southland Adams has, you are absolutely right. They have 3 sets of brothers on this Rebel team. Scott Rederath, the quarterback, and the backup quarterback is his brother Todd, a junior. And then on the offensive line, the guard is Dave Schmitz, and his brother is Bill Schmitz. And then you've got the identical twins, Brad and Scott Tompkins, playing back there as well. And both of them are outstanding basketball and baseball players as well. 4th down, Linneman in to punt it away. He does, and once again, that turf is going to take its toll, bouncing into the end zone. It's a touchback, and Bird Island, Lake Lillian will take the football on their own 20-yard line. John, when you see the bounces like that, and you see what happened to Bird Island, Lake Lillian on the last punt when they got put on their own 1-yard line, what do you tell your players? Go up and try to make the catcher stay away from it unless you're sure where it's going to go.
Well, pretty much a general rule is that inside the 10-yard line, you're going to let the ball roll. You just don't want to handle it down there, and I think that's probably the thinking of head coach Dennis Almer. Just let it go and take your chances on letting the ball go into the end zone.
Nobody's been in the end zone yet on offense. 5:14 remaining in the second quarter of this Class C championship game. And they're going to flood everybody out to the right side on this one. Hegner, the quarterback, and he gives to the only man in the backfield. That's Kurt Rodmeyer. And Rodmeyer is due for a gain of about 4 yards, and they'll put it down at the 23-yard line. Brad Tompkins in on the tackle. Interesting setup. They put everybody out wide to the right. Looked like they were going to throw. Had a one-back offense, and they gave it to the one-back.
And they gave it to Rodmeyer, who has been their leading ball carrier this year. He's a 5'11", 155-pound senior.
Well, the Bird Island folks feel they are equally strong on both sides of that offensive line. Not afraid to run either way. But on 2nd down and 7, looked like somebody jumped a little bit on the right side of that line. Well, let's see what they're going to call on this one. Boy, we'll say it 100 times, but you got to watch out for mistakes in a game this big.
That's for sure. Neither team really been able to muster much of a sustained offense. And it could come down to the kicking game and defense that's going to win this one.
As we called it, procedure against the Panthers. And if you can read lips, you know that's what the man said. 2nd down, 13 yards. Let's see what Bird Island does here. Panthers split him in the backfield. And once again, they give to Rodmeyer. Not much yardage as he goes across the right side. Maybe a gain of a yard or 2. Steve Hines, number 75, in on the tackle as you look at Rodmeyer coming back to the huddle.
The Southland Rebels vary their defensive sets from a 6-2, and then sometimes they'll play a 5-3 and also go into a 4-4. So they do a number of different things defensively. But so far tonight, or to this afternoon, Steve Hines and Brad Tompkins have really been, at Cosberg, have been on a lot of tackles for Southland.
Rodmeyer's carried it 10 times, has 29 yards. If you can figure it out, it's 2.9 yards per carry. They split him up in the backfield this time. Hegna keeps around the left end, has yardage up near the 25-yard line, not close to a first down, so it's going to be a 4th down punting situation once again. That means Cole is coming in, number 12, to kick it away.
Tim Hegna not afraid to carry the football as he's rushed for 325 yards coming into the ball game and scored 10 touchdowns.
Well, that time not enough, though. 4th down, 6 yards to go, and Cole comes in to punt. Back deep to receive, number 22, Brian Landher, and number 10, Smith. And it is going to be Smith at his own 43-yard line. Comes to the near side, gets an extra yard or 2 before he is met by most of the Bird Island Lake Lillian football team.
One thing that's really impressed me in the early going here, Larry, is the fact that I noticed on the last 2 punts in particular, the excellent coverage of the Bird Island Lake Lillian team. They really get down the field and limit that ball carrier to absolutely very little yardage.
33 yards on the punt, and as you said, John, very little yardage. 4 yards on the return, so good coverage by Bird Island Lake Lillian. Scott Rederath brings him up. No score. Just under 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Class C championship action here. Nicely thrown pass, and let's see if it was pulled in there by Tompkins. They call it a reception across midfield. It goes to Scott Tompkins, number 82, and it's a 1st down in Bird Island territory. Let's check that. It's a 2nd down and 5. Let's pick it up on the replay. A 5-yard gain.
Here's the replay coming up as you see Rederath set up, and he finds Scott Tompkins, for the completion.
2nd down, 5. The ball at the 48 of Bird Island Lake Lillian. He wants to pass again, this time for Linneman again. Far overthrown. Boy, going back to that last 5-yard gain on the pass play, nicely thrown ball by Rederath, too, because it was low enough where if his man couldn't get it, the defensive man wasn't going to get it.
That's right. Very, very fine throw that time by Rederath. On this last play, Rederath uncorked it way over the head of the intended receiver, Hamill, who they brought out of the backfield once again.
Well, Southland Adams, as we told you, 12-0 this year, had a couple of tough games. Played Byron, won that game 8-6, played that game in the mud. Played Dodge Center, won 13-7, won that game in the mud. They are glad to be playing not in the mud. This time they go straight ahead to Kenny Hamill And he picks up a yard or two, close to the 45. Let's call it the 46-yard line. Jeff Anderson in on the tackle.
Talking about some of the ball games that Southland has been involved in, one of the biggest games of the season was a 27-26 overtime win over West Concord in a game that they had to come from behind to win.
Had to go into overtime. Larry Tompkins, we've heard the name Tompkins. His sons, of course, Brad and Scott, the twins on this team. Well, he's the superintendent of schools for Southland Adams. He got the game ball after that one. It was his 40th birthday, and Brad and Scott totaled 17 pass receptions on that. So it was a big night for Southland Adams and for the Tompkins family. Linneman kicks it away, and this one is pulled in by number 22, Scott Squibb. He's up across the 25, and that's where Bird Island is going to take over. We may be at a loss for first half highlights when it comes time.
We were talking about the excellent coverage in the kicking game so far, and last time on Bird Island Lake Lillian, but right here I think we saw it again. As far as Southland is concerned, they really got down the field well and limited that return. Looked like the ball carrier was going to get a lot of yardage up the right side.
Our ace statistician, Barry Fritz, calls it a 29-yard punt with a 12-yard return, so 17 yards the difference. Hegner, the quarterback, works out of the shotgun on first down this time. There's a little wrinkle, and he's putting it up. Intended for Bratch. He's got it across midfield, down inside the 45 of Southland Adams. And as we told you, when they want to throw the ball, they like to throw to Bratch, number 84. That's who they went to. Sometimes they'll throw to Benson coming out of the backfield, but you look for number 84, Kent Bratch.
Bratch had 2 receptions last week. Here's the replay coming up. You see Hegna look back to his left, and it's a throwback pass here to Bratch. The ball is perfectly thrown, and a great catch by Bratch. Just reaches right over the shoulder. Excellent coverage on the play, but not until Bird Island Lake Lillian has picked up a first down.
Well, a nicely thrown football. You think
Here's
going out of the
another look at
shotgun on first down maybe confused Southland a little bit?
Here it is again, and you can see how the ball just hangs up there. Bratch makes a great catch over the shoulder.
What do you think, John? Do you think the fact that they went out of the shotgun on first down may be a little confusing?
Big tractor features, you had to buy a big tractor. But International Harvester changed all that. Their 42 to 72 horsepower tractors give you synchronized shifting, big capacity hydraulics, a choice of 2-wheel and all-wheel drive models, and a lot more room than you'd expect. Want big tractor features but don't need the extra power? Then there's only one choice, the International Series 84.
See International Harvester at Osmondson Brothers Implement in Adams.
Hi, I'm Mike Enfield from the Harmel Employees Credit Union in Austin. We'd like to help you finance that new car you've been thinking about. You'll like our reasonable rates, and we can make shopping even easier with our loan pre-approval service. Before you shop for the car of your choice, complete a loan application, and we'll let you know the maximum loan amount available for your purchase. Talk to us at the Harmel Employees Credit Union in Austin. We care about your family and individual financial needs.
See, was it 88?
I believe it's Dennis Ryan makes the catch.
Let's take a look at it again. We'll see it even better.
Hegna setting up again. You can see he's got a lot of time. A nice block there on Cosberg, who's coming up the middle, but Ryan makes the catch right in the middle of a crowd and then fights for that extra yardage.
So that's Dennis Ryan, the starting end at that right side, 6'3", 180-pound senior. And there's the chant of defense from the Rebel fans. They're checking for first down yardage here.
It is.
And it is a first down. So a first down at the 32 of Southland Adams. Bird Island Lake Lillian with 1:09 remaining in the first half, maybe making a move here for the only score of the first half. Both teams have moved the football from time to time, but they haven't moved it into the end zone.
Right. We mentioned the fact that in the pregame show that both these teams have played very fine defense. Southland, of course, came into the ball game with a 19-game winning streak, the longest in the state of Minnesota currently, while Bird Island Lake Lillian lost their second game of the year in overtime, and from then on, both teams have been undefeated.
All right, I formation. Wide receiver out to the right side, faking in the backfield. Hegna wants to pass. Big rush put on. Number 20, Jeff Lewison, coming in to put on that initial pressure and then getting some help from his teammates. Second down, 10.
Here's a look at it. You'll see the tremendous pressure being put on the right side by Jeff Lewison. He gets around his blocker and then collars Hegna from behind.
All right, well, we were looking at the replay. It was Bird Island Lake Lillian going with a play when flags were flying in the air. Hegna hit Bratch, but there are penalty flags on the play.
no huddle offense.
Illegal procedure. Looks like a movement penalty down there. The flags are still down. Interestingly enough, Tim Hegna, number 19, the quarterback for Bird Island Lake Lillian, calls about 90% of his plays. You know, even in the college ranks and many of the professional teams as well, the calls come from the sideline. The coach makes the call, but Coach Dennis Almer feels that Hegna is smart enough, feels he calls a good game. Sometimes he sends in a suggestion from time to time, but even the suggestions are not strong suggestions. They are just suggestions.
Well, it certainly has worked for them this year. As we said, coming into the ball game, Bird Island Lake Lillian 11-1 from a complete turnaround last year when they were 1-8.
Well, Jeff Lewison, number 20, has been a busy man for Southland Adams. You look at Dennis Almer on the sideline. So far, Lewison with 2 sacks for the Rebels. Third down, 12 yards to go. The ball at the 34-yard line. Shotgun formation. Hegna looking to pass on third down. Gets it outside to Service, number 35. He's inside the 30-yard line. Not nearly enough for a first down, though. Kyle Klein, number 28, in on the tackle for the Rebels.
Once again, Bird Island Lake Lillian electing to go without a huddle. Now they call timeout.
And it looked as though Tim Hegna was a little bit upset. Looked like he wanted to call a timeout before he got the attention of the officials, and when he finally did, there were just 24 ticks of that clock left here in the first half. I'll remind you that at halftime we'll be taking a look not only at the coaches and talking to them and finding out what they have to say, but we'll be checking out the band and taking a look at first half highlights. Most of them would have to be defensive highlights, I would think, from what we have seen here in the first half of this Class C championship game. Still no score, 24 seconds remaining in the first half. See Dennis Almer out there with a chance to talk to his players. That's allowed in high school. You can go out there and talk to them. And this is a big play, fourth down and 7.
Right. We mentioned the fact, too, that Bird Island won 2 consecutive state championships in 1979 and 1980, and they have also been runners-up twice, 1974 and again in 1976.
All right, shotgun formation, one-back offense with wide receivers and everybody split out to the right side. Hegna has to get away from the rush. He rolls to the right side, and he's tripped up. Number 22, Brian Landher, in to make the stop. And the fourth down situation goes for naught. The ball turns over to Southland Adams, and with 17 seconds left in the first half of a scoreless game, what do you think Southland Adams is going to do, John?
I would think they'll just be content to sit on the ball here and run the clock out and hope that they don't turn the ball over here late in the first half. But we'll wait and see.
14 seconds on the clock. The ball at the 39-yard line of the Southland Adams Rebels. Hamill in the backfield, hands off in the backfield. And what is going on out there? It finally gets back to Rederath, and he heads for the sidelines near first down yardage as time runs out. Well, it was supposed to be a reverse, I believe. It wasn't designed to go back to Rederath, but it ended up that way when they got a traffic jam in the backfield. So the first half ends in this Class C championship game. No score yet. Southland Adams Rebels, well, they had the ball last, but they haven't been able to score. Bird Island Lake Lillian had a chance in the final minute. They were not able to score. So we have a pretty good defensive battle. Just a couple of turnovers early in the game that really told the tale. And we've seen some running, we've seen some passing, and a pretty well-balanced type of an offense. Now let's go down to the sidelines and check in with Ed Cairo. Ed?
We're here with Dennis Almer, the coach of Bird Island Lake Lillian. Dennis, looked like the passing game was almost going to do it for you.
Well, for a while I thought it was going to, but Southland's got a real tough pass defense, and they were able to stop us. Clock was working against us a little, too, so that didn't help us any.
Do you expect this much feeling out when you came in today?
Oh, not really. Neither team, though, can move the ball on the ground very well, and we quit doing it pretty quick. I thought usually we'll go about 3/4 that way.
So what do you think now, that we're going to see some sort of aerial attack from both sides in the second half?
I think both teams are going to put the ball in the air. I feel we have to, and I think we've shown we can throw against them, and it's going to be a good ball game second half. Whichever team makes a mistake in the wrong spot of the field is going to end up losing the ball game.
Got a good pass defense?
I sure hope so.
Okay, Dennis. Thanks very much. Fellas, back up to you.
Okay, Ed, interesting comments. The coach is feeling that they're going to be throwing the ball, and we didn't expect to see either team throwing the ball. We're going to be returning with exciting halftime activities, including the Winona High School Marching Band, right after we take a break.
Full Bear Furniture has just finished 10 great years, and the balance sheets look profitable. So we've decided to share the profits with everyone. Full Bear Furniture is sharing the profits with the biggest price reductions in our 10-year history. Everything in stock is anniversary sale priced, and there's over $2,500 worth of free prizes. Come in and try your key. If yours opens the treasure chest, you could be an instant winner. Remember, sale ends this Sunday. It happens once and then it's over. So hurry to Full Bear Furniture in Clarks Grove.
Our nation's banking and corporate money managers recognize a sound investment when they buy farm credit bonds. This provides production credit associations the money to lend to the farmers, ranchers, and fishermen who produce the food that keeps us the best-fed people in the world. The investors are paid back with interest, and the cycle begins all over again, giving PCA members a dependable source of financing year after year. PCA. We loan money to farmers.
Back at the Metrodome, halftime action here in between Class C, Southland Adams, and Bird Island Lake Lillian. No score. Let's go down to the field and pick up the Winona High School band. we'll return to Prip Bowl 83 with highlights of the first half action between Bird Island, Lake Lillian, and Southland Adams right after this.
Used to be, if you wanted big tractor features, you had to buy a big tractor. But International Harvester changed all that. Their 42 to 72 horsepower tractors give you synchronized shifting, big capacity hydraulics, a choice of two-wheel and all-wheel drive models, and a lot more room than you'd expect. Want big tractor features but don't need the extra power? Then there's only one choice, the International Series 84.
See International Harvester at Osmondson Brothers Implement in Adams.
Orthopedic disorders affect people of all ages. Some problems are inherited, others result of overuse or misuse, and some due to accidents. With the addition of an orthopedic surgeon to the medical staff at St. Olaf Hospital, the vast majority of injuries and disorders can now be diagnosed and treated right here in Austin. They have the staff and specialized equipment necessary to treat all orthopedic problems, including total hip, knee, and ankle replacements. The practice of orthopedics has grown rapidly in the last 10 years and is a valuable specialty service provided by St. Olaf Hospital.
Larry Nimitz of Minnesota Iowa Pool and Patio. To introduce our new line of Whirlpool Spas and Tubs, Minnesota Iowa Pool and Patio is having an open house sale with door prices, coffee, and cookies. You can save from $400 to $1,500 through Saturday, December 3rd. And for those of you who want to save a lot more, see our poor man's Whirlpool. Be sure to look over our many displays of 1984 patio furniture. Also on sale for Christmas. Remember, our winter hours are from 1 to 5, Monday through Saturday. Thursday nights to 9. That's Minnesota Iowa Pool and Patio across from Hardee's in Austin.
KAAL TV6, Austin Albert Lee.
This game between Southland Adams and Bird Island Lake Lillian, we expected a lot of running offense. We got to see him throw the football. We expected some scoring. We didn't see any scoring. What's going on in this game?
Well, I guess neither team is doing really the expected. They're trying to do the unexpected, try to feel the other one out. As you heard Coach Dennis Almer talk about there at the end of the first half, they feel they've got to throw the football to move it against the Southland Rebels because they're so strong on defense against the run. And I think the first half statistics pretty well bear that out also.
We'll get to them in just a second, John. We want to take a look. We got one highlight from the first half, and it was a defensive highlight at that. But let's take a look at it early in the game, and a chance for Bird Island Lake Lillian really to make a move and look like they might be getting into the end zone. As we said, they broke out of the running attack, and here it is. Hagnam putting the ball up, looking for Bratch in the end zone.
Right. You see a great defensive play there by Todd Linneman, who has 12 interceptions on the season for Southland, and he got that hand in there just to save what could have been a touchdown.
And that was Dennis Ryan on the receiving end of that, number 88, rather than Kent Bratch. Now, statistically, not the kind of game we look for either. And if you look at it, when we get into a situation where they're going to have to pass the football in the second half, I would think that would give the edge to Southland Adams, a team that has intercepted 31 times.
Well, you would certainly think so because of the fact that they have such an experienced secondary. And the fact, as we said, that Southland has been an opportunistic team all year. They have taken advantage of the turnovers. I believe they had 48 turnovers on the season coming into today's ball game, and that's our average of 4 per game. Here we see the statistics in the first half.
Well, they tell the story there, and it tells us it's an even game, and the scoreboard tells us the same thing. No score here in the Class C championship game. Earlier today, of course, Jordan won the Class B championship, beating Breckenridge 27-0. And we're going to come back after we take a break here, and we'll get some action from the sidelines to see who Ed Cairo has for us after we take this time out from the Metrodome.
I put a lot of money in the ground at planting time, so I make sure the seed I plant has the ideal growing environment. My International Early Riser planter, I'm confident that my crop will come up faster. Independent tests prove it. So no matter whether I'm planting conventional, minimum, or no-till fields, I won't trust my seed to any other planter. Why should you?
See International Harvester at Osmondson Brothers Implement in Adams.
From the Harmel Employees Credit Union in Austin, where we offer a full range of financial services. You can trust our policies and services to be exclusively concerned with furthering the economic interests of you and your family. Our new logo has been especially designed to portray our dedication to helping you and those important to you, the Harmel Employees Credit Union, encircling you and your family with financial service you can trust.
Both parts, but most of them are on defense. And I think the defenses are strong. Both teams are a little bit stronger than their offenses, and I think right now it's going to come down to who's going to make the mistake.
So then your approach won't change. It'll be about the same.
I think it'll be pretty much the same. Someone's going to get a drive together, and we get the ball in the second half, and we're going to drive it. And I think we're going to score.
Okay, Coach, we'll take a look at that. Back up to you, Larry.
That's known as confidence, I think, Ed. It sure sounds that way. Well, you get two differing viewpoints. One coach says we're going to stick with what has worked for us all year long, and the other coach, the Bird Island Lake Lillian coach, Dennis Almer, says we may change things up, try to get things going in the second half. You see both teams out on the field now. They have a 3-minute warm-up period once they get out, and this, I understand, John, is something which is a mandatory thing this year, isn't it?
Right. This is one of the new rule changes this year in high school. Teams have exactly 3 minutes from the end of the half, which they have to spend on the field going through their warming up exercise. And I think that's a very good rule because it keeps teams from waiting until that last possible moment and then running out on the field and getting right into the heat of competition. So I really like the rule myself.
Well, as we told you, there was no scoring in the first half. Some pretty good defense, a couple of turnovers, some decent running plays from time to time, some good pass attempts by, in particular, Bird Island Lake Lillian. But nobody got in the end zone to score, so we have a scoreless game. Earlier in the day, it was Jordan beating Breckenridge 27-0 to win the Class B championship, so a big win for head coach Jim Trapp and his team from Jordan, Minnesota. And, of course, coming up later in this afternoon, if you think this is all the football we got, you're mistaken, because we've got 9-man coming up, and if you have never seen 9-man football, it is worth taking a look at. As the name implies, there are only 9 men on each team, and they change the distances. It's a 40 by 80 yard field, and that's why the lines are different out on the field. We'll tell you about that later on. We've got Norman County West Climax coming up against Silver Lake, two good teams that are going to be going after that 9-man championship right after we have this Class C championship game, and then it's Class A and Double A coming up later on tonight. So we'll be going throughout the afternoon and throughout the evening. Hope you stick with us here on KSTP, because Prep Bowl 83 is far from being over. And you can take a look at the faces down there in that huddle for Bird Island Lake Lillian, and they're looking pretty determined at this point.
Well, they certainly are. They have to feel that they can throw the football on Southland. They've had some success with Bratch making a big catch there near the end of the first half. And as we heard Dennis Almer talk about, maybe they're going to go away from the running game and try to put the ball in the air a little bit more.
You know, I don't pretend to be a coach at all, but if I'm Bird Island Lake Lillian and I've got the opposition looking for Kent Bratch and Dennis Ryan going downfield, I might be apt to start throwing to Benson coming out of the backfield. Send my men long and open up those shorter patterns, because Hegna is a better shorter passer than he is a longer passer anyway.
That's a good point, and we've also seen in the first half Bird Island Lake Lillian go into a shotgun formation, which we don't know if they've shown it earlier this year, but in the pregame information that I saw, it wasn't indicated. So maybe that is something they put in for the Prep Bowl.
And we did also see that shotgun on first down within 2 minutes of the end of the first half. Turned out to be a big gain with Hegna throwing the ball to Bratch across midfield. They couldn't capitalize on it, but it may be an omen of things to come. Well, this time it's going to be Bird Island Lake Lillian doing the kicking off. And the man who does the kicking off is number 33, Todd Sheehan. He's out at the field, gets the ball from the official, spotted down on the 40, and the man back to receive for Southland Adams is number 22, and that's Lander, Brian Lander. So we'll look for changes. We'll look for more of the same, too, and I guarantee you there's going to be some more of that good defense here in the second half as we get set to start this Class C championship game. Sheehan with a straight kick down the middle of the field, taken at the 18-yard line, and there's a flag on the play. What do we have, offsides?
Must be offside.
Well, one thing you don't want when you start a scoreless second half is mistakes.
That's for
and
sure.
And it looks as though one of these teams has started off with one right off the bat here before the ball's even kicked.
A game that is as close as this one has turned out to be, virtually any type of a turnover now or a mistake such as a penalty could be costly.
So they will move it back 5 more yards.
Offside on the kickoff.
A little over anxious, maybe, John?
I think possibly so. See if Bird Island elects to kick it deep now, as it was kind of a low squibbing kick on the last attempt.
So there's Sheehan. He'll be kicking off for the Panthers from their own 35-yard line now. And waiting to receive the ball at about the 15 is Lander, number 22. He will pick it up at the 25. And he's across the 35 up to about the 37-yard line. Nice tackle made on the play by number 22, Scott Squibb, as he got down. 12-yard return on the kickoff for Lander, and that is going to be Southland Adams. They'll have taken the ball over. 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Excellent coverage on that last play by Scott Squibb, who really came down and put a nice tackle on Lander.
And once again, it'll be number 12, Scott Rederath, the quarterback. Sets him up in the I formation with the flanker to the near side is Linneman. And they give the ball this time to Kenny Hamill. He's got big yardage. Up across the 45, up across midfield, finds a blocker, and gets inside the 45-yard line of Bird Island Lake Lillian before he is brought down on the play by number 77, Jeff Anderson.
Gaping hole off the left side that time by Southland. Hamill really finding a hole and doing some great running. Here's the replay coming up. You see the fine blocking by the left side of the Southland line. Then Hamill breaks the tackle and accelerates. Now here comes another fine tackle by Bird Island Lake Lillian.
All right, back to live action. 1st and 10, the ball at the 42. And once again, they go with Hamill. This time he tries the right side, and he's inside the 40-yard line. All right, think back. What did Dick Strand say to Ed Cairo just before the start of the half? We think we can run the football, we're going to get the ball, we're going to drive down, and we're going to score. Well, so far he's been right. Let's see what happens. That's Dennis Almer, head coach for Bird Island Lake Lillian. A little fretful at this time, wondering what's going to happen. Cosberg in the backfield along with Hamill. They've got Linneman out on the left side, and they go with Hamill near the 35-yard line, so a pickup of about 3 yards.
I think an interesting point, Southland has outgained their opponents this season 4,104 yards while allowing only 1,562 over the course of 12 games.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to figure out that Southland's got the advantage there. 3rd down, they're going to call it 4 yards to go. The ball resting at the 36-yard line of Bird Island Lake Lillian. I formation in the backfield. This time Linneman is the flanker on the right side. Scott Rederath calling signals, long count. And the give once again to Hamill. He follows the block by Cosberg. He's inside the 35-yard line to about the 34, but that is going to be short of 1st down yardage. Number 84, Kent Branch, in to make the stop, and there's an injured player down on the field. Looks like number 28, and that would be Benson. But with a break in the action here, still no score, 3rd quarter, this Class C championship game. We'll take a break from the Metrodome and come right back.
Go directly to Raymond Lumber in Austin for all your home improvement needs, from supplies for small repairs to major remodeling, plus free estimates, all at Raymond's Lumber in Austin.
Hi, I'm Larry Nemitz of Minnesota Iowa Pool and Patio. To introduce our new line of Whirlpool Spas and Tubs, Minnesota Iowa Pool and Patio is having an open house sale with door prices, coffee, and cookies. You can save from $400 to $1,500 through Saturday, December 3rd. And for those of you who want to save a lot more, see our poor man's Whirlpool tub. Be sure to look over our many displays of 1984 patio furniture. Also on sale for Christmas. Remember, our winter hours are from 1 to 5, Monday through Saturday. From Thursday nights to 9. That's Minnesota Iowa Pool and Patio across from Hardee's in Austin.
Jennings, journalist. He reports about people to people. Jennings, precise.
I think his intelligence shines through.
Jennings, unique.
He talks to you, not to a camera.
ABC's World News Tonight with Peter Jennings. The difference can be distinguished.
Right of your screen, you see it right there, John. He got hit away from the tackle, actually. It was Benson standing right over to the right of your screen, and it looks like he got leg whipped a little bit there, and that was the injury. He has limped off the field and is being worked on the sideline. 4th down and 1, and it's Cosper getting 1st down yardage with a 30. Well, he doesn't carry the ball much, but he carries it pretty effectively, doesn't he?
You bet he does. Cosper came into the ball game carrying the ball only 12 times this season, but he's averaged 5 yards a carry.
Scott Squibb on the tackle on the play. Cosberg, as we told you, a second-team All-State guard this year, finally made the move to that fullback situation in the last regular season game. He got the 1st down on the last play. 1st down and 10, ball at the 30. And this time it's Linneman running across the 30, a pickup of about 2.
Jim Schneider making the tackle for Bird Island Lake Lillian. One of the things that has made Bird Island Lake Lillian so outstanding defensively is the fact that they have excellent team pursuit. They really don't have any outstanding players, according to head coach Dennis Almer. They just all blend very well together as a team and play excellent defense, a lot of gang tackling, a lot of pursuit.
Well, Kenny Hamill, number 30, now with 8 carries. He's over the 50-yard mark. 53 yards. Second down and 9. They go with Linneman. Makes a jump over 1 tackle. Gets down to the 25. A pickup of about 4 yards. And that's going to bring up a third down situation. You're getting a look at Brad Benson being worked on over there, and it looks as though it is his right leg right around the knee area. He seems okay, but apparently his knee is not.
Southland content to run that power off tackle play with Cosberg leading through on the linebacker and Hamill running right behind him. They've run that play very successfully to the left side and back to the right quite often here early in the second half.
And once again, they set up in the eye with the wingback, and this time they go to Linneman straight ahead following Cosberg down near the 20-yard line, but once again short of first down yardage. And once again, number 52, Jim Schneider, in to make the tackle. So fourth down, and it looks as though it will be about a yard.
Well, once again, a big defensive play coming up for the Bird Island Lake Lillian Panthers.
Linneman now with 9 carries for 20 yards. That last carry just a yard short of a first down. Southland Adams going for it on 4th and 1 at the 21. Sneaking straight ahead is Rederath. He's got plenty of yardage for the first down and then some. Inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line. And the Rebels are on the roll.
I believe that's the first time Rederath has carried the ball this afternoon, and we'll see it on the replay. He just comes right up the middle following his offensive guard, Eric Lee, who lays a fine block and enable him to pick up the first down.
Lee and Anderson doing the blocking up front, clearing things out. And it's the first down for the Rebels. At the 18-yard line of the Panthers, they come to the near side this time with Hamill. Breaks 1 tackle and he's inside the 15. We'll see if they put it down. It should be right around the 14 or 13-yard line.
Schneider once again in on the stop.
Gosh, he's busy.
Coming up to make the first contact was Todd Sheehan. Here's the replay. You see Linneman break a tackle right here. He just keeps his legs driving. Tremendous strength, and then he takes a pretty good hit right there from 2 Bird Island Lake Lillian defenders.
Second down and 6. They set up in the stack eye and the wishbone at this point. Linneman goes around the right side. He's inside the 10 and down to about the 6-7-yard line.
Boy, that's power off tackle football if you've ever seen it. Just straight ahead, and Linneman really with some fine running. Here's the replay right here. You see Linneman coming in, cutting back.
Kurt Rodmeyer making a nice effort there to make that tackle, but he just couldn't hold on, and that meant extra yardage for Mr. Linneman. Brad Benson back in the game, number 28. He was on the sideline with a leg injury. He is back in. That's good news. First down and 7. Wishbone offense. Rederath, the give in the backfield. This time it is to Hamill. He is inside the 5.
Excellent team pursuit once again by Bird Island Lake Lillian as they close the hole down quickly. It's that same power off tackle play that the Rebels have been content to go with here in the second half.
Todd Sheehan in on the tackle on that play. Well, Southland Adams has gone from that split back and the I backfield with the flanker, and they have gone solely with the wishbone once they got inside the 20-yard line. It was the bone again. Off the left side, Hamill, can he get in? Oh, that's awfully close. They are saying that he is not in.
Here's the replay coming up. You'll see Hamill power it right off the left side. Gets some fine blocking here, and he runs nice and low to the ground, and he just barely stopped short of the end zone.
Didn't get the football in. So third down and goal from about the 1-yard line. Tight set. Wishbone. Cosberg fumbles it, but he fumbles into the end zone. Now what happened? The Panthers say they've got it. Cosberg says he's got it. The referees say Bird Island Lake Lillian has got the football. Wow, what a crucial turnover.
Boy, that is really goal line defense. Somebody really put the shoulder to Cosberg right on the goal line. Let's see if we can see it here on the replay. Tremendous pile up.
To be honest about it, John, I don't think Cosberg ever got the football on the handoff. Maybe we can take a look at that again sometime soon.
Here it is right here. It's really hard to tell.
Now, wait a minute. Bird Island does not have the football. They gave us the initial indication that it was going to be Bird Island Lake Lillian's football, and now they're saying the ball was fumbled but recovered short of the goal line by Southland Adams. So it's 4th and goal. Here they go again. Cosberg, he's stacked up. He's stacked up short. Oh, no, another call to the touchdown. Goodness gracious.
It appeared he was short, but all that has to happen is the ball just has to break the plane of the goal line, and it's a touchdown, and apparently that's what it was.
Well, no argument from the folks on the Bird Island Lake Lillian sideline. A very close play, to say the least. And we have our first touchdown in this Class C championship game. Southland Adams leading the game 6-0. And looking to make it 7-0 as they bring in Brad Tompkins to attempt the extra point. Well, Cosberg fumbled his first attempt from about a yard, and they bounced this one back on the point after. Smith can't make any yardage out of it. The play is dead. There will be no extra point. But we do have a touchdown score. Southland Adams leading here in the third quarter 6-0. And we'll be back with this Class C championship action after this timeout.
Hi, I'm Mike Enfield from the Harmel Employees Credit Union in Austin. We'd like to help you finance that new car you've been thinking about. You'll like our reasonable rates, and we can make shopping even easier with our loan pre-approval service. Before you shop for the car of your choice, complete a loan application, and we'll let you know the maximum loan amount available for your purchase. Talk to us at the Harmel Employees Credit Union in Austin. We care about your family and individual financial needs.
If your home or business uses hot water or steam heat, your nearby plumbery has some money-saving ideas. Chances are your present system is wasting energy. Now you can save on energy costs by installing a compact Will McLean boiler that features long-lasting cast iron construction, clean, quiet operation, and high fuel efficiency. The proof is in the payback. Sizes are available for home or business in gas, oil, or electric. Consult the heating specialist at the plumbery for more details.
Now Brad Tompkins ready to kick it off for Southland Adams. He didn't get a chance to kick the extra point because of the low snap. And here he kicks it off. Todd Sheehan back deep. Number 33, and it bounces over his head and into the hands of number 22, who fumbles the football. And it looks as though Southland Adams has the football. Scott Squibb had the football, coughed it up, and it is picked up by Brett Burgany. Brett Burgany, number 88. So quite a turn of events here in just the last couple plays.
Here we'll take a look at it again on the replay. You see the ball make a high bounce right here. The ball is fielded, and now the ball will pop free, and it'll be a wild scramble for the football. You see Bird Island Lake Lillian almost recovered right there, and then Southland comes in to make the recovery. Burgany with the big recovery for the turnover.
All right, big chance here, and Southland Adams goes with Linneman over the right side down to about the 22-yard line. Ed Cairo's down on the sideline. Ed, let's check in with you. What's going on?
Only, Larry, what was pretty obvious in the touchdown drive that Southland went back to the basics that they started with, the wishbone that they began the game with. Their coaching staff says they were going to stay with that. Now that they're close again, let's see if they do. Back up to you.
Well, Dick Strand may not have choreographed it the way that it happened, but he called it. He said, we're going to take it, drive down, and score, and that's what Southland Adams did. This time they try the near side with Brian Lander. He picks up about a yard or two inside the 20-yard line.
Tackle made on the play by Brian Wolf.
It's going to be third down. It looks like about 7 yards. 6-0, Southland Adams leading Bird Island Lake Lillian here in the third quarter of the Class C championship game. The pitch this time goes to Linneman. Right side, he's got a convoy out in front. And he's going in the end zone. Touchdown, Todd Linneman.
Student body right is what it's called. It was just a pitch sweep. You'll see it coming up here as Linneman following his blockers around the right side. Then that great speed as he cuts back enables him to go into the end zone untouched for the touchdown.
Now Linneman scored 22 touchdowns during this past season for Southland Adams. He has added one now, and the Rebels lead 12-0, going for two. Pass into the end zone. It is pulled in by Brad Tompkins, number 80. And it is now 14-0. Southland Adams leading Bird Island Lake Lillian in this Class C championship game. Well, what a turnaround when it looked as though Cosberg had fumbled the ball and given it up at the 1-yard line. Let's
All right,
take a
now
look
we're
at
going
the
to look at
touchdown.
that sweep play coming up here to Linneman. You'll see Kosberg and both guards pulling out ahead, and then Linneman breaks the contain man and just cuts it right back, and nobody lays a hand on him, and the great speed enables him to score the touchdown. Now we'll see the extra point attempt with Rederath throwing back to Tompkins for the 2-point conversion. It's a 14-0 game.
Boy, you look back about 2 minutes ago, and Kosberg was fumbling the ball away. It looked as though Bird Island had the football. Next play, he scores the touchdown. Next play, they kick it off and get the fumble, and a couple plays later, Linneman takes it in for a touchdown, and they get the 2-point conversion and make it 14-0.
That's what we call momentum in coaching. Get the momentum, you try to keep it. Boy, Southland really has the momentum right now. Bird Island is really going to have to be able to put together some kind of sustained drive here. They just haven't had the football in the second half.
Well, after that kickoff fumble, 3 plays, 23 yards for the touchdown. And it's a 14-0 game. Sheehan has this kickoff. It's across the 25 up to the 30 and brought down at about the 31-yard line. In on the tackle, number 88, once again, Brett Burgany, the man who picked up that fumble, a loose fumble that turned into a touchdown. 17 yards on the return for Todd Sheehan.
As I said, it'll be interesting to see now what Bird Island Lake Lillian will do. We heard Coach Dennis Sommer at the end of the first half say that they were going to put the ball in the air, and I would think that they would probably come out now throwing as they're down by 2 touchdowns with 3:10 left to go in the third quarter.
And if you're Southland Adams, you're kind of looking for that at this point and hoping to pick something off. They try Rodmeyer going over the right side. He's up to about the 34-yard line, a gain of about 3 yards. Call it 2nd down and 7. In that backfield, Hegna, number 19, the quarterback. As we said, he calls most of the plays by himself. And he's joined back there by Rodmeyer and Brad Benson.
I think an interesting statistic, too, Larry, that this season might be of benefit. Southland has only allowed 1 touchdown in the third quarter the entire season. That came last week in the victory over Sherburne-Donnell.
So they do play tough D. Once again, Rodmeyer trying to cut back across the grain. He does, gets across the 40, then he's hit hard, knocked down at the 41. Close to a first down. Let's see.
Scott Tompkins with a real hard hit. It is a first down.
So Bird Island Lake Lillian taking the first step, and that is getting some kind of a drive together. Rodmeyer now with 12 carries for 40 yards in this game. 1st and 10, the ball at the 41-yard line. They set up in the string eye and then break out of it. Got Rodmeyer at the fullback spot, joined back there by Service and the wingback, and that was Service. Missed the count on that one. And so the initial gain is wiped out by the penalty to follow.
Well, this is something that Bird Island Lake Lillian just can't afford to do right now, as they have to put together, as I said, some kind of a sustained drive to get back in the ball game as they trail here by 14-0.
Dead ball foul, encroachment, offense.
That was a rather blatant form of encroachment, but it still cost only 5 yards. So it's 1st down and 15. They go from the shotgun. Hegna wants to pass on 1st and 15. He finds Benson at the 43, and that's about as far as he's going to go, maybe the 44.
Once again, Hegna setting up in the shotgun, finding Benson out in the right flat. But it's a little bit short of the first down as they had a 5-yard penalty on the first play.
Question here is, if they set up in the shotgun and everybody knows they're going to pass, do they have any options off of that they can use to maybe change things up? Because if you see him going to the shotgun, Southland Adams is looking for the pass all the way.
That's a very good point. We see him in the shotgun once again on this play.
2nd and 8. Hegna over the middle. Looked like there was some jostling going on. The ball intended for Kent Bratch, but it goes as an incomplete pass, and we've got another critical 3rd down situation. Hines and Tompkins in on that defensive play.
Well, we've got a 3rd and long yardage situation coming up now for Bird Island Lake Lillian. Here's the replay as you see Hegna setting up in the shotgun, looks over the field. He elects to throw it right over the middle to Bratch, and a lot of jostling going on, but the ball falls harmlessly to the turf, incomplete.
So with the ball at the 43-yard line, Bird Island Lake Lillian stretches back into the shotgun. They set Service out wide to the left side. Hegna looking for Service, and it's overthrown, intercepted at the 48-yard line, and carried into Bird Island Lake Lillian territory. The interception made back there by number 28, Kyle Klein.
It was unfortunate that time that Hegna's ball kind of tailed on him, and he overthrew his intended receiver, who was open. Here you'll see it on the replay. Hegna with a lot of time throws it out there, and the ball is just a little bit too high.
Great interception.
Right.
Great catch.
Right.
So the Big Mo shifting over to Southland Adams, a team that already has a 14-0 lead here with about a minute to go in the third quarter of this Class C championship game. Running play gathers little as they try the near side with Kenny Hamill. There's our proud interceptor there, Kyle Klein. Great catch, Kyle. This is a team, as we said, if they can force their opposition to throw the football, they're going to make things happen. 31 interceptions during the regular season. All right, 2nd down to 9. They give him a gain of 1 on that one. They set up in the bone in the backfield with Cosberg at fullback. Fake to him, fumble in the backfield, and Bird Island, Lake Lillian has it. So the Big Mo shifting back and forth here in this Class C championship game. Dan Wolf in to put the pressure on. Kurt Rodmeyer, number 43, in to pick up the football.
Well, we said that Bird Island Lake Lillian is an opportunistic team, and that time they came out, changed their defense a little bit. Here's the replay. See the tremendous penetration by the interior, the Bird Island Lake Lillian defensive line causing that fumble.
Awfully quick off the line on that defensive play.
Here it is again. We can see the penetration there by one of the interior defensive linemen.
All right, back to live action now. Service tripped up just as about he gets to the line of scrimmage. So no gain on that first play. Got a little puzzled that they're not trying to throw to the backs at this point because it looks like Southland Adams dropping back a little bit to cover the deep receivers. Maybe the short pass would work. That's the end of the third quarter. Gosh, that went by quickly. We had 2 touchdowns. Southland Adams got both of them. They are leading now 14-0. We get ready for the fourth quarter of action here at the Metrodome, and we'll be back with that after this timeout.
Due to popular demand, Tom's Country Furniture is back at the Mason City Fairgrounds on November 18th. You asked for it, you got it. If you liked what we had last year, you'll love this. Sofas, $188. Table lamps, $14. Bedroom sets, $208. End tables, only $49. Recliners, $86. Waterbed starter kits, $68 and more. Best of all, Tom's Country Furniture will be around to service you after the sale. That's November 18th at the Mason City Fairgrounds. Don't miss it.
It's Prep Bowl 83, and you are watching it live here from the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome. We've got Bird Island, Lake Lillian going against Southland Adams here in the Class C championship game. Just starting the fourth quarter. That's Bird Island with the football. Hegna trying to get his back set for a 2nd down and 11 play. Rolls to the near side, throws that one wide. It looked as though Benson was the intended receiver, but he was knocked down on the play, and Hegna took a pretty good hit at that.
That's right. It was just pretty much a straight drop-back pass, and Hegna taking a shot. He had to hurry the pass a little bit, and his intended receiver, Benson, falling down or maybe being knocked down out in the left flat.
Okay, John, 3rd down and 11. You are just about at midfield, but still in your own territory. Defensively, do you put the rush on, or do you stay back and try to avoid the long pass?
Well, I think we'll probably see a rush coming up here by Southland. Bird Island has to pass.
Shotgun formation. They flood everybody out to the right side. Has some time. Over the middle to Ryan, across midfield, and a nice hard tackle. Southland Adams, Brad Tompkins, number 80, getting in there to make the stop once again. They're going to put the ball down at the Rebels' 49-yard line, and that means there's a long way to go for a 1st down on 4th. Let's call it 4th down and a full 9 yards. There's Dennis Ryan coming off. He's had a busy afternoon. And Cole is on. He's going to kick it away on 4th and 9. Gets it up. Nice kick. Landher retreats inside his own 10. Fumbles the football. It's headed for the end zone. And it is in.
It'll come out to the 20.
So they go as a touchback. Boy, that could have been trouble.
Right. That's what's called a muff. He really never had control of the football. And as soon as the ball goes into the end zone, it's a dead ball, and it comes out to the 20-yard line. Had he fumbled the ball into the end zone, of course, then he would have had to retrieve it, or it would have been could have been a score for Southland.
Sure, could have been a safety, could have been a touchdown if he had fumbled it in. Here it is again.
Okay, we see the punt, a beautiful punt coming up here, and it just rolls. He doesn't seem, as he touched it, it rolls into the end zone. It's, as you see, the official signaling a dead ball.
All right, here come the Rebels with Linneman trying the right side. Nice high stepping to get across the 25, and Linneman goes out of bounds right at about the 25-yard line. Rodmeyer having a busy afternoon. He made the tackle.
Rodmeyer really showing a lot of pursuit from his defensive linebacker position for the Panthers.
You see Todd Linneman gaining all-state defensive back honors. He's not doing too bad running in the backfield either.
Good all-around athlete.
They call it a gain of 6, so we'll have 2nd down and 4. There's a timeout being called. And now they're starting the clock up again. 14-0. Southland Adams leading this game. If you're just tuning in, earlier in the day, it was Jordan winning the Class B championship 27-0 over Breckenridge. And coming up right after this game, it's the 9-man contest. Norman County West Climax going against Silver Lake. Here's 2nd and 4. Cosberg coming to the near sideline, fumbles the football. Now, was he down or not?
I believe the referee blew the whistle.
They are saying that Cosberg was down.
Here's the replay coming up. You'll see Cosberg powering off the right side, and then he's hit hard and he fumbles the ball, but not until after the referee's whistle had blown.
Well, it turned out okay if you're a Southland Adams fan. From the wishbone, they go with Hamill trying the left side this time, and he is very close to a 1st down at the 30-yard line. Brian Wolf, number 62, in to make the stop. Well, we got a little bit of everything here today. We got the bands and we got the cheerleaders and we got the best teams in the state playing here for state championship. There, of course, you see the Southland High School cheerleading squad. You know, the excitement that has been generated by having this game in the Metrodome is just amazing, John. And I know you've seen it around the state.
That's for
sure. The big thing is to get to the Dome, and then once you get to the Dome, you got to get ready for a state championship game. A lot of excitement. All right, it was a 1st down, and Cosberg comes to the near side, picks up about 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down and a long 8 yards. Tim Hegna, number 19, the quarterback, also the cornerback, in on the play.
Once again, Hegna showing his versatility as an athlete, as he's, of course, the quarterback on offense and then plays that outside linebacker or corner position on the defense.
Coach is telling me all week long that the guys are wide-eyed and just excited playing on the same field that Tommy Kramer and Teddy Brown and the great Viking players play on. Oh, great run here by Linneman. He's up across the 40. He will finally be brought down at about the 43-yard line. Boy, he broke that one and showed some nice acceleration.
Brad Benson making the stop, and I think had Benson not made the stop, he may have well been off to the races. Here's the replay coming up, just a cross-buck counter-type play. Had the Panthers fooled, and then Benson comes up to make that stop along with help from others. Here we see it again from a different angle, and you see Linneman drive off the right side, and a fine hit coming right there from Benson, and then the great pursuit to put him on the turf.
Linneman now with 64 yards rushing. Hamill has 68, so that backfield duo doing a job, and here comes Linneman again, same play. And he's up about to the 47-yard line before being wrestled down. Bird Island, Lake Lillian getting in there doing some gang tackling. Hegna in on the tackle along with Benson and number 33, Todd Sheehan.
Linneman started the season at fullback, and then when Coach Dick Strand elected to take Cosberg out of the line and put him in the backfield, they moved Linneman to the halfback position.
Boy, it makes Coach Dick Strand, the man you're seeing right there, look like he's pretty smart. Real good move, and it's turned out to really improve the Rebels' running attack. 8:39 remaining in this Class C championship game, and right now Southland Adams is on top by the score of 14-0. You know, Dennis Almer, when I talked to him this week, said, you know, on paper, this Bird Island team should not win. But he said, you know, you never win a ball game, you eliminate defeat.
That's right.
And you can't make mistakes, and there have been some mistakes in the second half that have hurt Bird Island. All right, 2nd down and 5. Ball at the 48-yard line. The fake to Cosberg. The give goes to Hamill, and he gets across midfield up to about the 46-yard line
Flag
of
down.
Bird Island, and there is a flag down on the play.
Larry, that's the same misdirection play that Southland ran 2 plays ago to the right side. Now we've got a face mask penalty coming up here on Bird Island. That'll really hurt.
And also on the sidelines, it looks like they're giving some medical attention to one of the Bird Island players. We'll try to catch that number. It looks like number 62, Brian Wolf, may be getting attended to on the sidelines.
15-yarder really is going to hurt here.
Let's see what the penalty is.
On the defense, 1st down.
And even before the penalty could be officially called, Southland Adams was running up to the line of scrimmage. They feel that momentum now. They feel a state championship not far away, and they are ready to go. Cosberg That's the favorite play they've run with him today, just taking him off the right end. And he picks up a yard or two. Let's call it 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7. That's Brian Wolf being looked at there. Looks like they're checking out his left elbow. And as you can see, that's exactly what they're doing.
Scott Squibb coming up to make the tackle on the last play for Bird Island Lake Lillian as he took on Cosberg head on.
Bird Island has now been penalized 4 times for 30 yards. Here comes Hamill, gets a nice block out front by Tompkins, and he looks like he's got a 1st down at about the 20-yard line.
Once again, Southland electing to go with that misdirection crossbuck action in the backfield. And now we've got another player down for Bird Island.
Sheehan and Benson in on that last tackle. And a nice block by Brad Tompkins to get things going. With the score 14-0, Southland Adams in the lead. We'll take a timeout here from the Metrodome.
St. Olaf Hospital offers a comprehensive 3-phase cardiac rehabilitation program. Phase 1 involves progressive exercise along with education on heart disease while the patient is hospitalized. Phase 2 is an 8 to 12-week outpatient program which meets 3 times a week in St. Olaf Hospital's mini gym. Phase 3 is a supervised maintenance plan held 3 times a week at Austin's YMCA. It combines exercise, group support, and education to help each cardiac patient continue on their way to a healthier, happier life.
If your home or business uses hot water or steam heat, your nearby plumbery has some money-saving ideas. Chances are your present system is wasting energy. Now you can save on energy costs by installing a compact Will McLean boiler that features long-lasting cast iron construction, clean, quiet operation, and high fuel efficiency. The proof is in the payback. Sizes are available for home or business in gas, oil, or electric. Consult the heating specialist at the plumbery for more details.
Back live at the Metrodome, Prep Bowl 83, and we are just 7 minutes and 38 seconds away from the final here in this Class C championship game. Number 71, Dan Wolf, has come off with an injury, so the Wolf boys both on the sideline now for Bird Island Lake Lillian. Rederath brings the Rebels up, puts them in the wishbone, and gives to the second man through. That is Linneman, makes a nice twist, picks up a couple extra yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Scott Squibb once again making the tackle for Bird Island.
Just looking at some of the notes made here during the week, I've got one here from Dennis Almer. He says, the key for Bird Island is to stop Southland's running game, keep the linemen off our linebackers, and don't take Cosberg on head on. Try to cut him down. So far in the second half, they have not been able to slow down that running game. 2nd down, 7 yards to go. The ball at the 17. Once again, we go with Hamill off the left side. Breaks one tackle. Hegna missing that one. And it gets down near the 1st down at the 10-yard line. Dan Wolf, Kurt Rodmeyer in on the tackle.
Once again, that power-off tackle to the left side with Linneman doing the running behind Cosberg.
They're calling it short of the 1st down. Just looks like about 6 inches, maybe a foot. 3 down it's going to be. 3 down and 1. And let's see what the Rebels can do here. Once again, they set up in that wishbone, and I don't foresee them breaking out of that because it's been very successful for them here in the second half. They go with Lander, number 22, and he's got the 1st down and more, down to about the 6-yard line. A pickup of about 5 yards. Todd Sheehan in on the tackle.
1st down.
So it's going to be 1st and goal. The ball resting at the 6-yard line. Take a look at that last play.
Here
again,
we see Hamill going off the left side, or is it Landhurt? Landhurt has the ball carrier, and he finds a nice hole and picks up the 1st down.
Nice to have a running back like that in your offense who can come in and give you the yards, give somebody a breather. Rushed for 225 yards, scored 4 touchdowns this year. Very effective on that last run, picking up the 1st down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. Bird Island trying to dig in, put in a last-ditch effort here and hold this off, but it is not going to work. Touchdown pass from Scott Rederath to Brad Tompkins.
I believe that's the first pass they've thrown the second half.
Well, the key to that, if you're playing defense, you get used to seeing them running so much, and this is what the coaches told us this week. If Southland can run the football, they can set you up for the pass because you have to really respect that run so much.
Here we see it on the replay as Rederath faked the run to the right side and then just rolled to his left, finding, I believe it was Tompkins for the touchdown.
And it looks as though they'll go for the two-point conversion, leading now 20-0 with about 5 minutes, 40 seconds. It's out to Linneman. They've got the two-point conversion, so that makes it 22-0. So with 5 minutes, 41 seconds remaining here in the Class C championship game, Southland well out in front now, 22-0, and we'll be back after this.
Hi, I'm Larry Nemitz of Minnesota Iowa Pool and Patio. To introduce our new line of Whirlpool Spas and Tubs, Minnesota Iowa Pool and Patio is having an open house sale with door prices, coffee, and cookies. You can save from $400 to $1,500 through Saturday, December 3rd. And for those of you who want to save a lot more, see our poor man's Whirlpool tub. Be sure to look over our many displays of 1984 patio furniture. Also on sale for Christmas. Remember, our winter hours are from 1 to 5, Monday through Saturday. From Thursday nights to 9. That's Minnesota Iowa Pool and Patio across from Hardee's in Austin.
There's a lot of fun at Waldo's Pizza Joint in the Northbrook Shopping Center. Between 11 and 1:30, a lot of people are going to Waldo's Pizza Joint for the Pizza Fiesta, the luncheon that serves all you can eat for only $3.50. That's a lot of pizza for a little price. So come to Waldo's Pizza Joint in the Northbrook Shopping Center for the Pizza Fiesta lunch. All you can eat pizza for only $3.50. You'll like it a lotta.
A two-point conversion once again. A little mix-up in the backfield there, John, but it worked out.
Right, and then Rederath finds Linneman out here in the right corner of the end zone for the two-point conversion.
Wide open, too, and I think, once again, that a tribute to the fact that that running game is so potent that you have to look for that, and it leaves the passing game open. 14 plays, 80 yards on the drive. It puts Southland up 22-0, and here comes Bird Island Lake Lillian. Kurt Service has the football and gets it out across the 30-yard line. And if you're Dennis Almer and you're the Panthers now, you got to figure it's time to get things going, or you're going to be watching somebody else carrying the trophy home.
With 5 minutes and 37 seconds, their work is really cut out for them now. They have to virtually just sit back and throw the ball or hope that they can break off a run. But I think you mentioned their longest run from scrimmage this year was something like 47 yards.
Sure. Kurt Rodmeyer. I don't think there's any question you're going to have to see this Panther team start throwing the football. I don't think there's any question you're going to see a shift in defense on Southland Adams' side of the scrimmage line to try to combat that.
It's interesting statistic, too, the fact that, as we mentioned earlier, Southland has outscored their opponents 397 to 83 on the season, but in the second half, they have outscored them 183 to only 24. So you can see this is a very, very strong second half football team.
All right, Ed Cairo is standing by. He's on the sideline of the Bird Island Lake Lillian team. Ed, what's going on?
Just a few injury problems, Larry. None of them appear to be too serious. Jim Schroeder, the nose guard and center, has been out there looking at his neck. Both the Wolf brothers have gone out, one with an elbow, one with a thigh problem. They've both gone back in. Back up to you.
Okay, hopefully nobody seriously hurt. As you can see, Wolf back in the game already, so we're doing okay. First down and 10. Bird Island Lake Lillian says, hey, it's 5.5 minutes away from showtime, and we got to get some points. They're down 22-0. Shotgun on 1st and 10. Flag on the play. Hegna goes long. Kurt Service is out there at midfield. He's across the 45 and down to about the 42, but there was a flag on the play, and from this vantage point, it looked like holding against Bird Island Lake Lillian. We'll have to check.
I think it could possibly have even been before the hold. It may well have been illegal procedure on one of the offensive linemen.
You called it. That's what it is. That's what it is. Oh. What did I say? Dennis Almer said, you don't win ball games, you eliminate defeat.
Another axiom is before you can win, you got to keep from losing.
That's
He's
true.
saying the same thing.
That's true. So Bird Island Lake Lillian in the second half, they got off to a bad start at the beginning. Offsides on the opening kickoff in the second half, and things have not gone well since. To their credit, Southland Adams has taken advantage of key opportunities when they have had them, and they've got another one now.
Illegal motion, offense, first down, 5-yard penalty.
Oh, that one hurts. Boy, Service was out there all by himself, too, wasn't he?
He was wide open, and it was really unfortunate to have that penalty come at the time because it seemed like had they been able to execute that play and get the yardage, it maybe could have got them really going here.
Okay, first down 15, shotgun, Hegna. Big rush put on, and it's over the middle, intercepted this time by Scott Tompkins, and he is down at about the 16-yard line. Dan Wolf over there to make the tackle. Just as we get done saying they take advantage of opportunities, Southland Adams does just that. Take a look at it again.
Now you'll see it coming on the replay as Hegna's under a tremendous rush from the left side there, and he has to throw the ball before he's really got his feet planted, and he throws it right into the hands of of Tompkins, who nearly scores on the play, but Wolf makes the tackle to save the touchdown for Bird Island Lake Lillian.
Well, Hegna has now completed 8 of 14 passes. He has had 2 intercepted, and that was a big one. 5:09 remaining in the game. Class C championship action coming to you live from the Metrodome. 22-0, Southland on top of Bird Island Lake Lillian. Coming up immediately after this game, of course, we'll be meeting with the winning coach and players, Ed Cairo down on the sideline. We'll also be taking a look ahead to that 9-man game, and it is a different ball game, folks. It should be fun. We've got Norman County West Climax getting ready to go against Silver Lake. 2 good teams coming into that game. And then following that, we've got the Class A and Class AA and a whole afternoon and evening of football. So it should be a lot of fun. Hope you're enjoying it at home. And if you get a chance, come on out to the Metrodome. Lots of seats out here for you, too.
We've talked about throughout the broadcast what a thrill it is for these kids to play in this dome, and it certainly has to be one of the best things that's happened to Minnesota high school football in the 12 years that we've had the playoffs in the state.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line, and no go for the Southland Rebels. Todd Rederath in at quarterback, now number 11. And there's the man who picked the football off, number 82, Scott Tompkins. I guarantee you this is a nice place to be on a day like this, too. Rainy outside, cold. You hate to see the elements take advantage of situations and really decide things.
Looks like Southland's content just to keep the ball on the ground right here. I think they've got some new players in there now trying to get some fellas a chance to play in the state championship. We're down to 4 minutes and 24 seconds left.
Kyle Klein carried the ball on that last play. First time we've seen him on offense. As we said, it is now Todd Rederath at the quarterback spot. He fumbles the snap on that one, but falls on top of it right at about the line of scrimmage. Also in that backfield for the Rebels now, number 33, Doug Gorgon. And as they come out, we'll try to find some more folks in there for you. It's the 3rd fumble for Southland Adams. They've only lost 1, so when they have lost it, they have jumped on it. This is Todd Rederath. Looks like he wants to pass. And does. Into the end zone. Touchdown. An interesting and very effective set of events right there. Touchdown pass looked like it went to Smith, number 10. It was. Tom Smith. Looked like he wanted to run. Looked like he wanted to pass. Looked like he was going to get hit, and he throws a touchdown pass. Todd Rederath only has thrown 6 passes coming into the game, but that one was a touchdown pass.
Southland's going to go for 2.
From the wishbone, they give it once again, this time to number 28, Kyle Klein, and Klein does not make it. So 28-0, and it looks as though Southland Adams is going to be getting up close and personal with that Class C championship trophy as soon as this game is over. Never won one before, have they, John?
No, they've never won a state championship. In fact, they have never been to the state finals in any sport, so it's got to be a real exciting moment for the Southland Rebels.
What a thrill this has got to be for all of these players, and in particular the ones who go home with the trophy. 3 minutes and 41 seconds remaining in this Class C championship game. The score 28-0. Southland on top, and all this scoring coming in the second half. We had a scoreless first half. Excellent defensive play in that first half, and in the second half, Southland has really dominated thanks to some turnovers by Bird Island Lake Lillian.
Well, the Southland Rebels have a 19-game winning streak coming into this game. That extends to the last 7 games from last year, and now they have won 12 coming into the ball game. Looks like they're going to finish the season 13-0 and the 1983 state Class C champions.
Not a bad way to finish up either. Bouncing kick. This one goes to Sheehan at the 12-yard line. He gets up to about the 23 before he is stopped. Nice aggressive play by Kyle Klein, number 28. Here's that touchdown again, John. We'll get a chance to see it, and this is not the way you diagram it, is it?
No, not at all. You see Todd Rederath there roll out to his right, and he looks like he's going to go down, and then he gets his feet planted right here and throws the ball under the goalpost to Smith, who makes a great diving catch for the touchdown.
And we will have a new quarterback in the game for Bird Island. It is going to be number 12, Dan Cole. 6'1", 145-pound sophomore, going to get his first taste of offense here in the Metrodome. 3:20 left. His team is down 28-0. 1st and 10 from the 28. They go straight ahead and run it up to about the 25-yard line. Check it. We had it at the 23, and they run it to the 25. Steve Hines in on the tackle. Also some new players in the game. Number 44, Lenny Kester, in at a running back for the Panthers. Games like this, you hate to see anybody lose. You say let the best team win, and hopefully that's the way it turns out. Great effort here all season long by Bird Island Lake Lillian, and they are continuing at this point. Coming to the near side, it's David Beam, number 41. David Beam. Lots of new numbers in there, lots of clean jerseys. We see number 73 in there, Alan Stevens, at one of the line positions.
Timeout taken, I believe. Officials timeout by Bird
Also
Island.
in that, Jeff Eaker, number 21 in the game for the first time. Dave Beam in there, number 41. Number 42, David Hillstrom. And number 44, Lenny Kester. All of them getting a taste of Prep Bowl 83 and hoping to get back here again for Prep Bowl 84. Southland on top in this game, 28-0, nearing the 2-minute mark. Cole rolls out, rolls a long way, and passes. That one intended for number 41, Dave Beam, but it goes incomplete. Steve Hines putting the pressure on Dan Cole. That's Kurt Rodmeyer, number 43. They have worked hard, but they have not been able to put any points on the board.
Well, we said that Southland was a great second half team, and they certainly showed it here as they scored all of their points in the second half.
4th down and 6. Cole becomes the punter. Nice high kick. Tom Smith back inside his own 35 to get it, and he's got it with a fair catch. So with 2 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in this game, it looks as though Southland Adams is going to pick up a Class C championship trophy as they are leading 28-0.
Well, they came into the ball game averaging 33 points a ball game, and while giving up 7, and right now they've got a 28-0 lead with just over 2 minutes left to go.
That last punt covered 41 yards off the toe of Dan Cole. Also new faces in the backfield for Southland Adams. This time they run to the far side. Carrying the football, number 33, Doug Gorgon. Also in that backfield, Todd Redderith. Tom Smith running there, number 10. Number 47, Bill Schmitz, playing at the fullback tailback spot. And what a big win this has got to be for the people in the Southland Adams area. That's a feather in their cap for this 1983 Prep Bowl. Wishbone backfield. Redderith is going to go around the right end, across the 40. Does a pretty good job of keeping his balance too, doesn't he, John?
Excellent. He'll be back next year. He's a junior and brother, I believe a brother of the starting quarterback, Scott Redderith.
Yes, he is. You get to see Dennis Almer, the coaching staff, talking to some of the Bird Island Lake Lillian players, saying, hey, there's only one team better than you in the state. 3rd down and 1, inside a minute and a half. And this time they run Schmitz off the left side.
1st down.
Well, he's not smiling now, but I guarantee you Dick Strand is going to be smiling tonight. He's got a 28-0 lead, and it looks as though his team is going to be winning the Class C championship here with ticking down about a minute 15 left. It's a 1st down at the 44. Todd Redderith. Quick pitch coming to the near side. And Doug Gorgon takes it up near midfield. Just about ready to crown our 2nd champion of the day. Jordan won the Class B championship earlier this morning, 27-0 over Breckenridge. And as we are just inside a minute now, it looks as though Southland Adams, fingernail biting and all, looks as though they are going to win this Class C championship. They go to the far side this time with Kyle Kane, and Kane takes it across midfield and down to about the 46-yard line. Close to a 1st down.
Just a little bit short.
Boy, I hate to see those sad faces on the sideline, but It's like anything else, somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to lose. Unfortunately, Bird Island, Lake Lillian, their fans going to suffer a big defeat here in the championship game. Counting it down now at 10 seconds. Southland Adams just running it straight ahead. And the Rebels have won their first state championship. They are the Class C football champions for 1983.
Southland players, will you assemble in front of your rooting section, please?
Southland, the Class C champions. You see Dick Strand already being interviewed before he gets a chance to go over and get his award. Well, this is big stuff for Southland Adams and the fans there, and let's take nothing away from Bird Island, Lake Lillian. They did not get the breaks today. Maybe they did not make the breaks today. I'm not sure, but after a scoreless first half, it was Southland Adams all the way. They scored 4 times, got 4 touchdowns, 28 points. Cosberg scored on a 1-yard run. Linneman on a 19-yard run, taking it in. That one made it 14-0 when they got the 2-point conversion. Tompkins, then a pass from Redderith. And the final one, Smith on that 15-yard pass from Todd Redderith. And the final 28-0. And what a big day this is for Dick Strand, his coaching staff, and of course, all of his Southland Adams players.
Well, Southland came into the ballgame. They were ranked number 2 in the final ratings in the Associated Press in the state of Minnesota. So
both squads will gather between the sideline and in front of your rooting section, please, for the award ceremony.
There's only one way you
First,
prove you're
ladies
number
and
1, that's win the state title.
Your attention is directed to
all right,
the area
let's pick up the PA so we can get the award ceremonies.
Rooter section, where Dan Skoog and Mike Kuntz, assisted by Minnesota State High School League executive staff, will make the presentation.
Bird Island,
will
Lake
the
Lillian.
captains from the Bird Island Lake Lillian team come forward to receive silver medals and their second place trophy at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention is directed to the area in front of the Southland Rooter section. Presenters Gail Bergstrom and Richard Stanton, assisted by Minnesota State High School League staff, will make the presentation. At this time, the captains of the Southland team come forward to receive gold medals and the championship trophy. Congratulations to both teams.
All right, you see them. Southland Adams, the Class C champions here in a 28-0 victory over Bird Island, Lake Lillian. And you see the happy Rebels down there. What a great season this has been for Southland Adams.
Well, it certainly has. They finished the season as good as you could possibly be, 13-0, and they won the last 7 ball games of the 1982 season. They currently have the longest win streak in the state of Minnesota at 21.
We add that up, I think that comes to 20 in a row, doesn't it? That's pretty doggone good. Southland Adams, winners over Bird Island, 28-0. They take the Class C championship. Still to come, the 9-man, followed by Class A and Double A. So we got 3 more games to go here at the Metrodome. All of it coming to you live on Channel 5, so stick with us. We've got lots of football action still to come. And the game not far away. You see the teams out on the field working out right now. Norman County West Climax getting ready to take on Silver Lake. Ed Cairo is standing by on the Southland Adams sideline with a special guest. Ed?
We have Todd Lindemann here, Larry, and he has had a great game and a great season, and we'd just like to ask him how he feels right now.
Just great. First time I've been a championship game, and it just feels great.
Had you and your teammates, the kids in school, talked about the idea that you'd never won any kind of championship before?
Well, we want basketball, but that's later to come, though.
That's later.
Yeah, much later.
What did you expect coming in here today?
Want to win. Just hyped up, psyched, and everything.
Were you particularly afraid of Bird Island? Did they give you any particular problems thinking about them before the game? Were you worried about it?
Not really. Well, we had a running game going, and we just stuck to our running game.
I noticed that you got away from that running game just a little bit in the first half, but you went back to it and it paid off.
It did.
You've carried a lot of mail for this team this year.
Yeah. Backs did too. A lot of other backs did too.
Just tell me a little bit about that strategic change. You just went back to the basics and it really paid off.
But we decided, hey, quit fooling around. Let's get back to what got us here. We got here by dominating line play and outstanding second effort by our backs in the second, and it's always in the second half. And we talked about the tough games we've had and what we did in the second half. We dominated every game in the second half we played. And we proved today that we can wear them down the first half and stay in it and then kick them in the second half. And we came after them. We executed our game plan, and the kids did a heck of a job.
It's good.